Hello there and welcome to another video of Des Illustrates. Today we are looking at some stuff that I got in the mail, and one of those things is this handmade palette and a bunch of stickers. I even got a few extra ones from her and a thank you card. This handmade palette is maybe something you already have seen on Instagram, not only in my stories or in my post, but also on Caitlin, her Instagram. The palettes are quite popular at the moment, and I understand why, because they are absolutely gorgeous. From the moment that it arrived, I have been in love with it, or even from the moment I saw it on Instagram, and with the little rubber feet that came with it, it stands really sturdy, and you will be seeing it a lot more on this channel because I tend to use it or plan to use it in a lot of videos. That's also why I got the rectangular shape and not one of those fun moons or anything, but I might still do that in the future. Another thing that I have been working on lately is this squirrel, and it's a bit of a slow process because I am doing a watercolor pencil underlayer that's done, and right now what you saw is that I'm in the stage of the colored pencil layer on top of it, and that is something that just takes a long while, and I also can do it that long at a time because then my hands really start to hurt, so I have to do it a bit at a time. And yeah, all with all, that takes a long time, although I am really happy with how it's going, and I also am having really fun doing another colored pencil piece again because that has been a little while. And then another thing I wanted to show you guys were these paintings of Lilo. I will leave a link in the description to both Lilo and Caitlin, their Instagrams, and these I got for Christmas from Lilo, including 2 others. She shared those on her Instagram, so if you want to see those, definitely go check her out. And then the first painting where I really used that new palette is this one. I had used it before for some mixing charts and stuff like that and trying it out. But yeah, this is the first full painting that I'm doing with this new palette. And this painting is of a bird challenge by Alison Lyon. I will leave the challenge information in the bottom where you can find all the links and stuff to join this challenge. Alison is doing a live tutorial for every bird, so if you want to join that, you can paint along basically with her bird. I made a bit of a different piece for myself, so I just enjoyed the company really, and also I love doing a challenge like that with a lot of people. It feels like you're painting with everyone together, so that's really nice. This first set of birds is the vermilion flycatcher. It is doing its name a lot of honor because I don't think I ever painted any animal that was this red, so it was also a bit of a challenge to get the appropriate depth in the red without it becoming black or muddy. So what I ended up using is actually the purplish brown that I used for the wings, and I mixed that in with the red and kept layering at the bottom to make it darker. And in the end I also added a little bit of the gray mixture that I had for the tail and the beak, and I mixed that in at the absolutely darkest point, and I think that worked really well. something else that I feel really added more depth to this piece is adding the white highlights in the end of the painting that I did with a pen, but we'll see that in a minute. Something else that I haven't mentioned yet is that this painting challenge by Alison, a lot of people that are joining are also joining our Facebook group. Alison and I have a nature artist Facebook group, and we are seeing a lot of absolutely beautiful birds in that group, and also under Alison her hashtag on Instagram. So if you wanna see more of the birds, or just join too in the group to share your own work and to look at all the fabulous birds that are already shared, and also some other paintings that are also absolutely beautiful, yeah, you're welcome to join, and I will leave the link down below in the description box. So if you want to check it out, you can. During painting these birds, I wasn't really happy with the wings, and I think mainly it came because in the first wing of the first bird that I did at the top of the painting, I took away too much of the highlights. I left not enough of the paper or even lighter shades of the paint that I was using, and that's why the painting only really came together, and especially the wings, when I added the highlights at the end. And that's the one main thing that I would do different if I would redo this painting, is that I would leave a bit more of the lighter shades peeking through, so there is more depth in the paint itself, and not just coming together with the highlights at the end. But other than that, it ended up, yeah, I think it ended up really pretty. And then I also was using a new sketchbook. Out of the top of my head, I don't know exactly what the brand is, but it is one that I got last year from my mom, and it is a really nice square sketchbook, but I didn't know how well it would take the watercolor because I hadn't used it yet. So that was also a bit of experimenting, and I saw pretty quickly that it was paper that would not sustain any scrubbing kind of techniques, because as soon as I was scrubbing even a little bit on the first bird, I saw that the paper was eating up already a bit, like you get this really tiny crumbles. So yeah, that was not really something for this paper, so I had to be a bit more careful while painting. And you can see that on the second bird I also was more careful while painting than I was on the first bird. So that's a bit of a difference in approach that I took in these two birds, but in the end I liked them both. We also jumped in halfway this painting because the first half of the painting I was doing while listening to Alison live, like I mentioned. Earlier she is doing all the birds live, so you can paint along if you wish to. If you are a beginner or you just like the company while painting like me, then I really recommend her streams, because she is a real joy to listen to and also to paint along to. So yeah, just wanted to mention that that's why we jumped in halfway this painting. And I almost finished the first bird on stream, but I forgot to sketch the birds out before stream started, like I usually do. So I had to do that first before I could start painting. Otherwise, I think I might have made it to paint both of the birds before the end of the video. You can also see that during filming this it was getting dark. I just switched on the lights, so the footage was a bit lighter at the beginning of the video than it is now, but I think we can still see what is going on. And at this point I was putting in all the highlights with a white gel pen. Like I said at the beginning of this painting, this is the point where I really felt that the painting was starting to come together, because I felt that it lost a bit of the too much of the lighter bits of the painting, and I should have left more of that in right away, but I brought it a bit back this way. I hope you enjoyed seeing some new stuff and seeing me paint. This is currently the next day where I took some shots to show the beautiful palette and my painting. I really enjoyed painting this, and I'm already working on the second one that will be in the following vlog. For now, this is it for this vlog, and yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching and listening to me rambling. And if you like it, subscribe, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye!